What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I want to go over why Shiba Inu may see some drastic changes in their share price in the near future. And I also want to go over some price predictions that some experts are putting out. And these predictions range anywhere from the end of this year all the way up to 2025. And for those of you who aren't actually aware of what Shiba Inu is, I'm going to go over exactly what they do and what purpose their coin serves. So if you guys have never heard of them before, or maybe you've heard of them and you're not sure if you want to invest in this coin or not, maybe that'll give you guys some insight and can help you guys decide if this is something you guys want to be investing in. But before we actually get into the video, for anybody who's new here, my name is Evan and I make videos that show you guys different ways of making money. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Also, before we get into it, if you guys wouldn't mind going down and hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it. And it lets me know that you guys enjoy these video updates. And so with that out of the way, I want to begin with looking at exactly what Shiba Inu is. And so if we actually go over to their website here, we can see exactly what they do. And just starting off here, it says that they're a decentralized meme token that's grown into a vibrant ecosystem. So originally Shiba token was created based on Dogecoin. And if you guys are aware of what Dogecoin is, they use the same breed of dog, which is a Shiba Inu, as their logo for Dogecoin. So Shiba token was made based off of Dogecoin, and they're actually trying to create themselves as a Dogecoin killer. And we'll touch more on that later, but I want to get into more of the details of exactly what they do here. And you can see that they are trying to create somewhat of an ecosystem similar to how people who are invested in Dogecoin, a lot of those people are very dedicated to Doge. And SHIB wants to create the same kind of ecosystem. And it says that they're actually an experiment in decentralized spontaneous community building. And SHIB token is actually their first token, and it allows users to hold not only billions, but possibly even trillions of this coin. And like I said, they're nicknamed the Doge Killer. And even while this ERC20 only token can remain under a penny, they're still able to outpace Dogecoin, relatively speaking, in a very small amount of time. And they're also popular worldwide, and they're already up thousands of % if you guys have looked at the charts, especially over the past month or so. And something that's actually special about SHIB token is that they've locked up 50% of their total supply to Uniswap, and they've thrown away the keys. The other remaining 50% was burned to Vitalik Buterin, and this was to ensure that everybody has to buy on the open market, ensuring a fair and complete distribution where developers don't own any of the team tokens and they can't dump them on the community. But you can also see that they also are planning on releasing more tokens in the future. And right now their plans include Leash and Bone, which is kind of a play on words because of SHIB obviously is a type of dog breed. And so Leash and Bone kind of both go along with that theme of keeping in the dog niche. But like I said, if you guys want to learn more about SHIB token and exactly what they do and dive into the details behind their token, feel free to go to their website and read more about them, especially in their white papers, and it gives you a brief history of exactly how they came to be and what their plans are for the future. But I don't want to make this whole video just about what SHIB token is. I want to actually get into the details on where their price could be headed in the near future based on a few factors that we're going to go over. But before we actually get into those things, I want to show you guys the 1-day chart, and you can see here they're actually down just about 1.1% on the daily chart. Now for SHIB token and just for cryptocurrencies as a whole, this really isn't a big price movement in a single day. And when we actually expand this out to the 1-week chart, Shiba is actually down 54%. And I think a lot of this has to do not only with the big price hike that we saw and the big run up of over 900% in the last 2 weeks, and about 724% in the last month. But a lot of this is likely due to Bitcoin's pullback that we've been seeing and just the entire cryptocurrency market, which has been seeing a lot of red days the past week or so. And if you guys haven't been keeping up with the news related to Bitcoin, Tesla actually announced that they're not going to accept Bitcoin anymore for purchases for their vehicles. And this basically caused Bitcoin to tank. And now we've seen Bitcoin pull down to about 43,000, where they were previously trading above 50 and somewhere around 55,000. But now for the big news that's going to affect SHIB tokens, and this is that Vitalik Buterin actually burned $6 billion worth of SHIB tokens. And he apparently said that he doesn't want the power involved with owning this many tokens. And if you guys aren't aware, the amount that he destroyed equates to almost half of the total circulating supply of SHIB as of right now. So I think in the short term, this is going to cause a lot more demand, and we're probably going to see the price start increasing. And this is exactly what happened after this was announced. We did see the price go up. Now, I think this is going to have a longer term effect, but it's not going to be in effect for a super extended period of time, because if you guys know what the supply of SHIB tokens are, they actually have a limited supply of 1 quadrillion tokens. Now, obviously, this is a huge amount, and it's basically not even a limit, seeing as though the current circulating supply is about 400 trillion tokens. At 1 quadrillion, that's over double of what's currently circulating. And that means that if we had all the total amount as of right now, that total limit, the price of these tokens would drop by about half of what they're trading for right now. Obviously, that's not the case as of right now, and so I don't think this big burn that Buterin did is going to affect them in the super long term, but I think at least in the short term, in the next year or two, there's probably going to be a bigger demand, especially in the really short term, where people start finding out about this because it was actually just announced yesterday. So I think as people get news of this, there's going to create more of a demand for these tokens, and I think there's going to be a lot more people getting on board, especially as more brokerages and as different exchanges start listing Shiba on their exchanges, allowing people to trade this token. Because just after Binance announced that SHIB token was going to be tradable on their exchange, the price shot up huge, and since then they pulled back quite a substantial amount. But I think as a lot more exchanges start listing SHIB token, there's going to be a lot more demand for it, and there's going to be a lot more ease of access to buying this token. As of right now, I don't think too many people are aware of how to even buy this, and maybe a lot of people don't want to go to all the trouble of signing up for these different exchanges, and they would maybe buy it in the future if it was on an exchange that they were already using. But going back to Buterin burning 90% of his Shiba coin holdings, which was worth about $6.7 billion, more than 410 trillion tokens were sent to a dead blockchain address late on Sunday, which basically takes them out of circulation. Because if you guys know how addresses work for cryptocurrency, if you send it to an address and you even type one letter wrong, you're never going to get those coins back. And so by him sending to a dead blockchain address, these coins are basically taken out of circulation, which, like I mentioned, should create some more demand for the coins that are currently circulating. But over the long run, I don't think it's going to have much of an effect on Shiba's supply and on the total demand over the coming years. And not only did he burn 90% of his remaining SHIB tokens, but the other 10% is going to be sent to a charity. And this is actually coming after he gave 50 trillion SHIB tokens, which was worth about $1.2 billion at the time, to an India COVID relief fund. And so either he doesn't believe in SHIB token and he just wants to get rid of it as of right now while the price is still trading at a decent price, or maybe he just doesn't want all this competition for Ethereum because he's actually the co-founder of Ethereum, if you guys weren't aware of that. And Buterin also said in a note that he would prefer makers of cryptocurrencies give them to charities and not to him. And he said he doesn't want to be a locus of power of that kind. So I suppose it's understandable, seeing as though he basically owned half of the SHIB tokens that were currently circulating. And he would be able to influence the price like nobody else. And he would have way too much power over this cryptocurrency. So I think it's a good thing to see him getting rid of it, and it's actually going to create more demand in the short term. Now, if you guys have been holding SHIB token, you probably are wondering what the price could get up to in the future. And so I want to go over some predictions based on what some experts are saying. And these are all based off of investorplace.com, who recently did a deep dive into the SHIB coin, saying that the price predictions are heating up in the wake of their enormous gains. However, some analysts aren't exactly foaming at the mouth to put money into the cryptocurrency yet. And so they ended up collecting a number of predictions. And what they found was that wallet investors said that SHIB isn't a good investment for the long term. And in fact, they actually predicted that the coin is going to fall anywhere between 1.6 to 2.9 thousandths of a penny by 2022. So at 16, that's actually right around where they're trading right now. And 29 would actually be an increase of over 100%. So this must have been based on when the price was about 2 to 3 times higher just about a week ago. But even so, if SHIB ended up going up to 29 and they essentially doubled in price by the end of next year, or at some point next year in 2022, I think a lot of people would continue holding if they knew the price was going to get to that point by the end of next year. But moving on to digital coin price, and they said the price is going to jump up to 44 by the end of 2021, and that would be nearly 3x of their current price as of right now. now. And then Gov Capital said that SHIB is going to suffer a huge drop, falling all the way down to less than half of 1/1000th of a penny. So that would be about 1/3 of their current trading price, except it doesn't give an estimated date by when this would happen. But this just goes to show you that people don't really know exactly where it's going to go. I think a lot of people in the past predicted Bitcoin, and they knew Bitcoin was going to be a huge thing. But with all these different altcoins coming into the space and just joining the market all the time, it's hard to predict where a coin like SHIB could go and whether this is actually something that you should actually consider holding long term. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not going to tell you guys to buy this coin or not to buy it, because I really have mixed feelings about it as well, and I really don't know where this is going to go. But for those of you who made it this far into the video, I want to know if you guys are currently invested in SHIB down in the comments. And if you are, let me know your total percentage, whether that's gains or losses holding SHIB token. And if you guys are still considering buying more, as the price is kind of consolidating here, right around 1.6 thousandths of a penny. Also, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you guys sign up using the link in the description. And when you sign up and deposit $100, you'll get one free stock, and I'll also get one free stock. So I really appreciate anybody who signs up using that link. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.